This is FNGR, and this video isn't entirely for all my normal viewers. Some of you will know that I've done a series called My Real Thoughts on the Rift, a Skype chat group that fancies itself the embodiment of the Brony Analysis community. Once upon a time ago, I can't say when, or for how long, it might have had the chops to say so. However, now it is not, and I'd like, with your help, some of you to make a new room based around the pursuit of the Brony analysis and review. I already have a room I like, but I deeply understand it's not a content creation room. Without calling anyone out, and believe me, I want to, this room needs to be in the pursuit of analysis and review. Now, I know what you're thinking, FNGR, you are a troublemaker and you have no right holding a room like that together. And you may be right. That's why this new room will need 4 to 5 people running it, not simply as administrators, but equal owners of the room with equal rights. There are some of the ground rules I'd like to propose. This is not Cheers. Number 1. Come on, guys. We all have our rooms to hang out with, where we chum it up with our besties, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our mistresses, and to prevent this nonsense, there will be no +1s. To remain in the room, you will need to create 2 pieces of content per month. Number 2, there will be no wallflowers in this room nor trophies. I'm as guilty of this as anyone else. That one super big name that you have sitting in your room that maybe says something every 6 months is wonderful to brag about. It's nice to have in a room. It's just not going to go in this room. Number 3, there will be no goddamn role-playing, yiffing, or any of that garbage in this room. Number 4, and this part is going to hurt, especially for me. Of those 2 pieces of content, only one of those can be a podcast each and every month. It's very easy just to put out podcast after podcast. It's not productive to you or anyone else, if that's all you're doing. Yes, I'm aware I might get thrown out of my own damn room with this rule. Number 5, your fellow members of the room will be allowed to criticize your work. Till that end, I will be happy to welcome members of the commentary community into this room for that purpose. Obviously, certain behaviors will not fly. You can say something that looks lazy, provided you can offer suggestions for improvement. You cannot call someone a dirtbag and tell them to clean up themselves before going on camera. So very clearly, we're looking for artists, animators, editors, analysts, reviewers within the Brony community. Now, this is going to sound like bullshit. If you're an animator and you're not a Brony, you're still welcome. Animators are well sought after, and if this sounds like bullshit, I do apologize for you being upset, but I'm being very upfront with this hypocrisy. I hope you understand. They will still need to qualify every month, just like everyone else. You will not be judged for behavior outside the room, provided you are very clearly stating what you are saying is your stance and it is your own subjective opinion. Rule 34 is to be left outside of the room, and you are all naturally allowed to make your own Rule 34 side room, or any side room for that matter. Punishments: disruptive behavior, as in behavior that is merely tiresome, being a nuisance, will get you thrown out for an hour, possibly longer if the administrative staff forgets about you. This was a wonderful suggestion I saw brought up in the Analysis Rift, and it was never used. You will naturally be warned that you are being a bore beforehand. Excessive and disruptive behavior: hate speech, sexual harassment, bashing someone's beliefs, the standard and not limited to disclaimer. Speech that you find here will get you kicked out for 1 to 3 weeks for your first offense. We understand that passions get out of hand and heated. People lose their heads. This potentially seems underwhelming, but it's not unlike the rules within the Analysis Rift. Only these will be enforced. Being offended does not make you right. If criticism is leveled in a constructive, polite manner, no matter how much you say you like someone, cry until the would-be offender is punished. I will, for example, state that I like Anthony C. If someone winds up criticizing his work, or possibly even makes a chin joke, they're not going to be kicked out of the room. Now, on the other hand, if they start making kangaroo jokes as a cheeky way to pick at his dissent, they'll be removed for 1 to 3 weeks. Whining until you get your way will get you removed for 1 to 3. Naturally, amendments to these rules will be added. Now, sadly, since the end goal isn't to make a room that's just in my image or anyone else's, that means there's a good chance, in fact, I'd say 100% chance, there's gonna be people in there I don't like. The fact I don't like them doesn't make them bad people. In the same way, if you don't like someone, you should understand not liking someone also doesn't make them bad people. If you find you're frustrated with the current Analysis Rift, please leave me a message here. So long as you present 2 pieces of content per month, that doesn't mean stick figures at the end of the month, nor does it mean shambling out in your bathrobe and recapping the episode. If you have an earnest effort, come on down and put in a request.